Miami Beach, the Miami Grand Prix, and it is back to Formula One racing. And we have what could be an interesting race as there's still thunder and storms predicted right before the start of the Grand Prix. So there should be a lot of variables going on here. And an indication that Formula One is going nothing but totally corporate and boring is this biggest extension I've seen on any Grand Prix in a long time. Another 15 years here. It's becoming Monaco of the United States in its own right. Very bunched together and much more of a Grand Prix for the rich and famous, even though Formula One has always been for the rich and the famous. This seems to be a mega version of that at this Grand Prix. Yeah, yeah, and I think, I was delving into this in my own mind of why this is so important, these types of tracks and everything. This is what Formula One wants. They don't want spas anymore or French Grand Prix. They want condensed people in a stadium, and they want everyone to see multiple cars going by very close together within a short length and area for television purposes and also for Instagram and social media purposes. If you're at a Spa Grand Prix, it can be a while to another car contacts you, and it won't be followed by five or six other cars immediately in a short span. That's why I believe these types of tracks and areas are gaining more focus. You got Azerbaijan, Mexico, all these types of Grand Prix that are like that. It's like that. It's that Monaco overview where they want to capture a certain section with a bunch of colors, a bunch of people in the background, a bunch of lights, and a bunch of cars all grouped together. It's like this picturesque type of thing they're trying to evolve Formula One into being instead of these big circuits with areas where there are no stands for long periods of time, where a driver or a car could be completely on its own. Yeah, a dead zone. What you say is absolutely right. A dead zone that the car and the driver is by itself. That I know the exact spot you're talking about. So for this Grand Prix, right? We've seen what happened in the sprint race. We've seen what happened in qualifying. To me, it appears, and you can tell me what you think about this. To me, it appears that over the race itself, or just in general, the McLarens tend to be faster. But I feel like this race was proved in the sprint race that if you just get track position and you're leading, can you hold on to that for a while because it's such a tight circuit? Does Max have a really good chance at winning this? Not because he'll be the fastest car over the entire race, because of where he qualified and what he can do with that. See, I usually, and everybody knows who's listening, that I always have the pitch strategy. There's not really a pitch strategy I can look up right now because of the evolving weather. If it rains or it's just different, whatever the pitch strategy is completely goes out the window. What I'm wondering is, we saw in the sprint race Antonelli, who put an incredible job in getting pole position. If Max has a slower start, then is it Piastri or Norris who is in second place? Is it Piastri for? Okay, so that's a little different because Norris hasn't been as good as Piastri lately. But it'll be interesting to see because Max capitulated by going, not capitulated, but did his own version in the last Grand Prix at Saudi, where he went off because he felt he was forced off. Max now knows that's a penalty no matter what, and there's no favors for him to be had. If he's up against a car that had a slightly better start than him, I feel like we're going to see an instant going in the first turn because instead of going off, he's just going to meet them head on, and there could be, you know, a touching, debris, wings, tires, whatever, going off. Because now he knows that that move he had made prior will get him a penalty and ultimately cost him victory here in Miami. Hmm. And the other, yeah, and the other story is Norris is trying to reinsert himself as the number one driver there, right? So he got not gifted a victory, but got lucky with that win in the sprint race. And he's realizing now this is his first chance ever at becoming world champion. So he's going to do everything in his power, uh, not just to win this race, but to finish ahead of Piastri. Yeah, and Piastri is very. And he doesn't have the same personality or temperament, but he's very close to Max in that the fact that he gets in front, doesn't make mistakes, is very calm, and can get this job done without screwing stuff up. He's proved that in the Grand Prix he's won so far this year. We got a comment from Richard Dobson. I don't see any rain. I thought there were reports of rain coming. I'm looking at. Well, I'm not looking at the track. I'm looking at the grid showing up, but I haven't seen any rain either. But I think Martin Brundle said that there was pouring before he started the interviews. Not pouring, but at least misting. Oh, you got the Michelob going. All right. So Verstappen starting first. You got Norris after that. You got Piastri. Then you have, I believe it's Russell, then Antonelli. Williams both qualified pretty well. So we'll have to see. Interesting, interesting. So I think we'll probably see, unless Max gets a better start, I think we're going to see an incident in the first turn. You're going to see two McLarens really going after it. This should be a very exciting Grand Prix. Let me look at what the pit strategy is. Miami pit strategy. Miami pit strategy. Okay. A one stop strategy is expected to be the fastest, with teams likely choosing either a medium to hard switch or a hard to medium switch. Medium to hard or hard to medium. A one stop strategy is expected to either medium to hard or hard to medium. Okay, so if it's one pit stop over 57 laps, I think there could be a yellow flag that would intervene and change it, as you did see, but that was because of rain in the sprint race. But it appears that that will be the strategy. Skies look pretty clear to me. Don't look too ominous. You got Tag Heuer Formula One going here. And we shall see. We shall see indeed. They're rolling off for the reconnaissance lap. It appears from what I'm looking up here that it will be a one-stop strategy. It will be changed from medium to hard or hard to medium around the 19 to 25 lap range. Oh, they're putting it down on the TV. I just saw now too. 57, just like Saudi the week prior. Yes, absolutely. Yep, it's and this is a track that the team that it's a very important recognition of both of those guys because more than one guy died that weekend, which a lot of people seem to have. Yeah, that's true. There's almost three, and that guy, and he was 19 at the time, only a year older than Kimi Antonelli. Well, and the way they put that card down, you would have never been asked to come work a race weekend again. The most dangerous thing they could have ever done. Instead of allowing professionals to show up, they just turn the car over and whip him his head while he's unconscious. But whatever, I digress. But yeah, they're setting it up. Senna. Yep. 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 Yep, and that's really the starting point of Michael Schumacher as well. The in Brazil. Yep. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we're coming up on the formation lap. What are you seeing on your screen right now? I'm seeing some celebrity in the pit garage. All right. You're gonna have to pause for a little bit here. I'm gonna tell you what I'm about to see. I'm seeing Lewis Hamilton come through. I saw a celebrity girl right now with blonde hair. I see the grid. I see the Sauber coming into his thing on the grid, an overhead view. Now I see a Red Bull guy with an earpiece in. I see Max's wing now. I see a Haas coming up now, coming to finish the thing. Yes, I see the green as Martin car now. Hold on just a little bit longer. I see one light now. I see two lights now. All right, take it away. Max, there's a yellow flag. Yellow flag. There's a yellow flag. Yep, pushed him. Yep, yeah, right, fucking right. Yeah, you're goddamn right. You're right, goddamn right, right? Now this he cut a corner, but you know what? He cut the corner and now he's not ahead of Max. You're right, it keeps going yellow flag back and forth. What is this about? Doohan's got a picture, yeah. All right, we're right on sync. They still haven't put the grid. They've been having problems with the feed for Formula One. They don't have any. They don't have anything 1 to 20 right now. Well, we've got Pierre Gasly, by the way, started from pit lane for changing their suspension in Parc Ferme. Yeah. And what happened with Norris down in sixth position? This is what I was talking about. The inconsistency of that guy. Yeah, Piastri's such a more complete driver, so much more similar to Max than Norris is. I don't know, but we have a virtual safety car now. And for what? Is there debris on the He forced me off, mate. What am I meant to do? Just drive into the wall or something like I was completely something? But that's Norris saying it, not Piastri. That's what they're saying, but I guess he couldn't get back to. I think it must be worse than that if he couldn't get back to the pits, right? That he fucked up the V car then. I'd have to see. I'm not sure. Max throwing himself, but then he locked up. But that was Norris. That's what happened. That's what messed up Norris. Does he bump Norris off? I'm not sure. Oh, he moves on Norris. Yep. Yeah. I don't think so. I haven't seen anything. Yeah, right. Yes. Absolutely. So, virtual safety car is it? I think Duhan was in the little area where he could already get off. So, yeah, should resume. I don't think there's any material on the ground. Okay. Lawson in last place. He might be out of a he might be out of a ride by the end of the season, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, they've got some great kid in the juniors right now that they want to bring up. It's something mixed with another thing. It's like part Alg, maybe Ethiopian, part Norwegian or something. I don't know. Anyways, they're saying 15 minutes. There could be rain expected in 15 minutes. Yeah. We started all on mediums or hards, and it'll be a one stop back, and you're going to switch to either medium or hard after that. It does. It does. The yes. I don't think he imagined. I don't think he imagined he'd be at Ferrari battling with the former Toro Rossos. I was just gonna comment on that. Incredible running sixth and seventh here, and then they've been having a great season so far. A much bigger contender in the midfield than they have ever been lately. Yeah. and we're get, and we're getting some data. Do you see that correspondence? Go ahead. That's what I was just gonna read. But did you read the rest of it? It said if it hits, it's gonna hit really heavy. Is what the guy said. That's what he's saying. He's saying if it comes, incident involving Verstappen and Norris noted. I see on the Formula One website. I have up on the side here. Yeah. I don't even like when they note it because that means they're thinking about it. I even dislike that notion. But why the fuck would you watch Formula One if that small of a thing is being put under investigation? And is it and oh my god. Doesn't seem likely right now. Go ahead. You know what? I'm starting to hate this Piastri's guts with the correspondence. Did Max get a penalty or damage from that incident with Lando? So what? We're supposed to lay and pray instead of racing someone that they're misfortunate. It is such a weaselly mindset for a driver. It's so fucking pathetic. Whatever they said about Michael is Michael was an evil motherfucker, but he did all his dirty work himself. He wasn't praying for all of this other bullshit 24/7. Yeah. Yeah. Some nerd infraction. Michael's willing to kill himself for fifth place if it meant he could be the world champion at the end of the season. Teammates. Yep. Things that would make your stomach drop, and he's just doing it by himself. Yeah. All right. Piastri getting real close to Verstappen now, huh? Five laps from now. 5 laps from now. Yep. Norris on Antonelli. Nope, Norris on Antonelli. Yep, yep. It's gonna get it's gonna get real ugly when if he tries to pass on Max. Something with one of the Aston. Is that Fernando? Okay. Yeah, Fernando having a terrible weekend here. Got hit by one of the V cars and now spinning and low down there, 18th. Yeah, terrible season. It'd be interesting to see where they are next season with Newey, the rule change, and Newey doing all of his work on next year's car. Yeah. Is age starting to play a factor in all this? So yeah, and look at Piastri just on Verstappen. But Verstappen's got the fact that he's at this circuit very tight, harder to pass at. Wow. Oh yeah, and it's one. These over these overheads are great too. They got going here. Yeah. Yeah, they were showing in qualifying where the Red Bull, well, not Red Bull, the Max essentially was faster than the two McLarens. I don't know. Nope. He knows where to place the car. You seeing rain? I see rain coming on a visor just now. I saw water go down. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. No, he's incredible stuff. This is really good racing right now. Blow these guys. No, and I agree with him. The McLaren's doing their own narrative of, oh, Red Bull's bullshit and they got a great car just as good as ours and all this stuff. No, they don't. Yeah. What they're doing is he's getting DRS on certain corners, and instead of trying to pass him, he's sucking up on him till there's a big straightaway, and then actually going for it. Yeah. Yeah, do you see something happen there for a second that it broke a toe for a second? I saw in one of those S's, the little chicanes there. I hope he wins this. I had him winning this thing. I put my faith in Max for this race. And he doesn't make mistakes like Lando. He really just doesn't. A second's been lost to Norris already between this fighting between him and Max. Pretty good racing going on right now up front. Okay. Or lap 13, they said 14 for the rain, right? He's such a constant. He doesn't make mistakes almost ever when it's just him leading like that. But we got so much to go. There's 44 more laps to go. I just don't think he cannot concede McLaren getting ahead because I don't think he believes he can fight back to getting past them at this point. Jesus. Yep. Yep. Fuck. Yeah, I just think that McLaren is so much better than the Red Bull right now. Be interesting to see if the Red Bull could upgrade and get closer to that. Well, is there rain coming? Yep. And yeah, you got Norris on you right here too. Norris right on him too. Yeah. Yeah. He thinks of him as a weaker competitor too, you can tell. But you see Piastri cool, calm, collected, knows how to move around him. The guy's very boring, but he's just complete. He knows what to do, and he's become a better driver in a team that he hadn't been ingratiated in for as many years as Norris. It's impressive. Yeah, but that's the. Go ahead. I was gonna compare him to that. I've been thinking about them. He's just a complete guy that doesn't make mistakes. This Piastri, very smooth. Yes. And when he gets in the lead, the races he's had pole position from, nobody even challenges him. He goes the entire race by himself. And we haven't seen him really be aggressive like a Max because he hasn't really been in that situation too much lately. He's kind of just on his own thing, but very complete. And that's the type of guy that's going to either beat Max or challenge him at that level for a championship. I don't think Lando Norris can. They have not. Their system has been screwed for 3 races now. They don't give you tire grades. They don't give you anything. I'm about to go to. I'm gonna go to the F1. What are you on plant? I'm gonna check the live. See if we can see. Well, he's fighting a losing battle right now. Piastri's walking away. He's got almost 5 seconds on Verstappen. It's compliments to Max that he even got that pull and he's been able to do this in a car that is clearly inferior to the McLaren. Just doesn't have the pace in the car to do the things he used to. I wish it was closer. It was doesn't have to be on the same level as the McLaren, but just a little bit closer in terms of pace. Oh, yep, I'm seeing that as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not seeing any tire thing on the F1 website. Nothing. They have no information on who's on what tires. The Red Bull, they're on mediums. It looks the McLaren, Norris, and Max. They're on mediums. Yep. That's weird because Piastri's gotten so far away already. Again, this is what we're talking about with Norris. Max is like just goes and passes him again. There's going to be a 10-second gap in about a lap from first to second. Yeah, we're not even 1/3 of the way in right now. We'll see what this rain does. There should be. I wonder what will happen here. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me see. What is he referring to? I don't see him being pushed off. Yeah, but what is he referring to pushing him off track? Williams. Got to be careful with that. Those are two good points paying positions for that team. Lawson in dead last. It's raining. I want it to start fucking pouring right now. Hopefully. Because we don't have. That'll make it interesting up front. Lawson in last. Alonso second to last. Gasly 17th. Piastri just putting in the fastest lap now at lap 20. Behrman, Stroll, Hulk, Bortoleto just went into the pits. So that'd be the first pit stop of the race. Yeah. All right. So Bortoleto, Hamilton in 11th position. Jeez. Ocon for the Haas, much needed. Sonoda, Sonoda in ninth really hasn't been able to get past Leclerc in the Ferrari. Yeah. Just have to wonder how many years they're going to keep Hamilton at with these type of results. They said no further investigation needed, I guess. No, they said it before that one. So, all right. Lap 21 of 57. Stroll in the pits now, it says here. But yeah, got the two McLarens, Verstappen, Antonelli, Russell, Albon, Sainz. So both the Williams running better than both of the Ferraris right now at this Grand Prix. Sixth and seventh. Lewis could not have dreamed of having to fight for 10th with a fucking Haas. He'd be better. I know they did a little bit better than what Mercedes last year, but it's just he'd have been better off staying at Mercedes the way things are going. Yeah. I think he thought we were all thought Ferrari was going that way because last season towards the end it's like you really thought they might be fighting for a championship this season. Holy sh! Holy shit! Yeah, that was some stuff right there. He was really forcing. Yep. Yeah, it's proven it now that the McLaren is just so ahead. Verstappen 5 seconds to Norris. Norris is not faster than Verstappen at this track by any means. 2.3. Doesn't look like rain's coming. Doesn't look like rain's coming, but it would definitely be beneficial for this race right now.
Oh, that's Leclerc's car. That's the other Ferrari. He's been pedaling around in eighth place the entire race. So he started
Yep, hasn't changed a bit.
That's Ferrari fan showing on TV. Oh, oh, not 3 second pit stop.
Yep.
Onto the hard. Oh, so he's dropping everybody off the medium onto hard. But I don't know who started that hard.
There's only about two to three guys right now have pit so far. You got Piastri still here, Norris, and Verstappen. Bortoletto pit, yeah.
He started on medium too. On hard.
Lap 24:57. Yep, not a whole lot going on right now up front.
Gasly up to 13 because of the pit.
And Oscar Piastri putting in fastest lap at lap 25 now. He does have a lot of free air. He's got a lot of space ahead of him, probably. But I mean, it just seems like McLaren's so dominant here. This was Norris's first ever win here.
Norris is 8.5 seconds drifted.
Yeah.
Verstappen to a further 7.5 seconds behind Norris. So you're not going to see much movement up in the top three.
No.
The only thing you see is Antonelli closing in on Verstappen at 2.2 seconds, and Russell 1.3 seconds behind Antonelli. You could theoretically see one or both of the Mercedes challenging Verstappen for third place.
And this is what's going to be important going forward. Piastri's not a guy who makes mistakes. So even if Red Bull really develop their car, the Red Bull gets better in the next couple of rounds, is Max going to be able to dig himself out of this hole? Go ahead. Piastri, will he be able to, dig himself out of this hole when Piastri's so flawless? Possible light drops of rain for the next two laps. Turn 17. Box. Antonelli coming. Antonelli, some issue in the pit stop. Ah, man. Pit stop. So, yeah, Antonelli having a nightmare pit stop here.
Oh, really? I didn't see it.
I don't know if the issue was that they had to hold on to him while the Williams went by, but that it seemed even too long for a safe release sort of situation. Yeah, but not. I'm not talking about even a second or two more. It was a couple, 4 seconds long. He just stayed there. Nothing. Yeah, stationary.
Yeah. I had to check on, there was a call come in, and one after another, it was had to do a wellness check on some in-laws here. So, all right, we're good though. Everything's good. All
Box
right,
spot.
8.5 seconds Norris leading. Now we're stopping. Nice. Oh, here we go. Red Bull coming in.
Yep. Lap 27 of 57. Probably put him on hards for the next 30 laps. Yep, that's what I figured.
Yep. Good stop though. 2.7.
He should come out well.
Not bad.
He should come out well ahead of Antonelli.
Oh, no, Albon. Ooh, that was good fit. 2.5. That was good stop. Ooh,
So yep.
Antonelli.
Verstappen gaining a lead of a second on Antonelli now. He's 3 second gap. Hamilton still yet to pit. Sonoda still yet to pit. Leclerc still yet to pit. Same with Russell. And I believe Piastri and Norris as well. They have not pitted. They're still on mediums at lap 27. Now they've got the compound tires next to the names.
Yeah, so like I said, yeah, she's got a kid, Mark's got a kid, Leclerc's got a kid, Ronaldo's got a kid, Melly's got a kid. Or no, he's did he start on hards then? Where's Russell?
Russell started on hards, it appears.
Oh, he's in third. Yeah.
So he'll have a faster compound tire going ahead.
Okay. All right. That explains a little bit. There we go, Max. And
Lewis.
he came out behind him. And passed him already in the pit.
Sonoda going into the
Sonoda's
pits.
pitting. His teammate pitting, who was in fifth. So Max goes up to fifth.
Mm-hmm.
Leclerc's on mediums in front of him. Let's see if Sonoda's pit was quicker than Max. 2.3.
And
4 tenths of a second.
also on hard tires.
Yes.
All right.
All right. We got the McLaren still at the pit. And things can go wrong in pit stop. So
One can only hope.
that's,
Oh, an engine! An engine blew up. An engine blew up. I just saw that. One of the Haas. Did you see that smoke go out for a second? I saw that when it was whipping around. When it was whipping around, I thought it was just no. Yeah, it's not. It's not Oak. It's Behrman. It's not Ocon. We've been seeing some dust fly up, but I could tell that was white smoke that was different.
yeah, that wasn't
And
enough.
now the McLaren's rushing out. That's a great joke. McLaren's rushing out at first, but now it will be. They will have to. The car will stop on the circuit. This will change things.
They're putting
Ferrari getting ready.
yep.
All right,
Ferrari's getting ready.
this will be interesting. Crew's going, but then going back. Virtual safety car, not a full safety car. So the McLarens will what double stack here?
I would think so.
Ferrari going in now. This will be. I wanted. I wanted a full safety car. It would have bunched up the field again. We could have bunched up the. Yeah, I think.
I don't know. Who did they put him out on medium?
Leclerc will come out ahead of Verstappen, which will piss him royally off. Red Bull getting it wrong, pitting a little too early. Little too early. Haven't seen an engine blow up like that in a while in Formula One.
No. Like you said, I agree. I mean, the reliability of the engine is incredible over there.
So Piastri should be coming in.
Box box was declared.
Piastri in the pits.
Piastri coming in. Yeah. Norris gonna come in right behind him. They're getting double stacked. Got it. They're putting hards on, of course. From medium to hard. 2.2 pit stop. Here comes Norris.
Everything
Norris is in
perfect.
fifth now.
Everything
Goes
perfect.
backwards. He got even a better thing. Now 2.3. Boy, that's a good
It's
start.
reminiscent of Red Bull at its height, Mercedes at its height. The whole team is just operating on a different level.
Yeah. Here comes Russell for his medium. Because he set it on hard. Yep. There we go. For no medium not. That could have been faster. That's not good. 4.5. What was that?
Yep.
There.
Yep, again.
What did they get the people from the old folks on
Why is Leclerc in the pits again? Was that Lewis before, or did Leclerc never pit?
Leclerc.
And it's green. It's not a virtual safety. There might be something I don't understand. It said he was in the pit, but now he's gone down 2 places. Again, some malfunctioning thing here, but we're back racing.
How did Russell get ahead of Verstappen?
He was. I don't think. I think it's because Max took a full pit stop and Russell took a virtual safety car pit stop. Mate, my engine is failing. I cannot drive like this. Bortoletto. That would be a third car.
Hang in there and finish the race. You need that sponsor to get away. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Just blew up.
Puff, puff, and away it went. Whoa, it broke the motor real quick. Oh, look at the fire coming out the back. Bits of aluminum, too. Oh my god, I lost everything. I had the power unit. No kidding.
All right, running order: Piastri, Norris, Russell, Verstappen, Antonelli fifth, Albon sixth, Leclerc seventh, the Williams of Sainz eighth, Albon on.
Oh, yeah.
What was that? Was that who was that on? Signs on someone or Albon on Antonelli? What? No, that was Albon. That was Sonoda.
Antonelli was passed by Albon.
Jesus, a Williams got past him, huh?
And Sainz passed Leclerc. Speeding in the pit lane under investigation.
So that'll fuck his race. That'll fuck his race.
Currently running 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Speeding in the pit lane is going to get a penalty. It's not something arbitrary.
I'm trying to give all these guys next to Max the benefit of the doubt, but Sonoda I thought was better, but he's been on like 10th, 11th in that car, really fighting lately. Really hasn't been up there in the midfield. Anywhere from third or fourth to like eighth or ninth. He's really back there.
Grandstands look pretty packed down there, don't they? Unlike the NASCAR races.
What? They're empty?
Wait, empty. It looks like nasty races right there. Now here's a move on Mercedes. Albon. Yep. Kimmy locked up right front, and Albon dipped down into the corner and moved on. He's a second and a half behind Albon.
And 5-second penalty for Sonoda, and Bortoletto saying they're going to retire the car now.
Okay. So that'll be the third car out of it.
And Lawson will still be in last place, including all the cars that haven't been able to finish.
And Hawkeye's running 13.
Yeah, not much going on in this race right now other than the midfield. Nothing in first to third.
No, it's just so weird that the third place car is so far behind the second place car, and on a different strategy. Now Russell's got the medium. Is he chipping away a second a lap here? It looks like it, but we only have
I think we were all hoping for a little bit more weather to make this interesting at the moment, but
yeah, 5 second penalty for using Sonoda. Yeah, too bad. Yeah, Williams got a lot of sponsorship this year. Atlassian
I'm
and
seeing a virtual safety car right now.
for well,
No clue. Port.
there's one this afternoon. Bortoleto didn't want to go
Yep.
back, did he? That's why.
He got to a little area though where
Yeah,
he's
he
off the
did.
track.
Because honestly, some of the races where they were clearing stuff up early in the season didn't make sense how much time they were taking to
Yeah.
clear to
Well,
clear
you
up.
saw the sprint race. The last 3 or 4 laps just ended in them following the car, the safety car, because they couldn't get Alonso off.
Yeah, it just seems like they've been taking a lot of time to clear up incidents, and like, why aren't we doing it? But not so much. Check if George Russell was yellow.
Yeah, that's another. That's some bullshit for Verstappen. I was just trashing Piastri for the same thing. We have to be fair around. That's some bullshit. You're not gonna catch him either way. Like you said, some nerd infractions.
Yeah, give me a break. Yeah, see what we got. Hulkenberg in 10th, Hamilton in ninth.
Green flag back. Hamilton going right on the Williams, right? Is that no? That's not Hamilton. That's
No,
Leclerc.
Leclerc going toe to toe with Sainz. No. Oh, you want to go in the wall again, Leclerc?
Old teammates here.
So we're going down the front straight. You got DRS.
Whoa!
And Lewis Hamilton dive bomb Albon, and Leclerc gets past him at the same time. Oh my God. Yeah.
And
Lewis almost got him there.
Lewis tracking down Leclerc now.
Well, look at this replay here with Leclerc putting the pass down on Albon. Oh, got past him, held him on the outside. They go on straight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Leclerc's going to stay on the inside. And side, side by side, doesn't have any room for him. Lewis sees a big gap, goes for it. When you don't go for the gap door, you're no longer a racer. There's another city here. Right?
Yep.
Rebecca down in 10th.
Carlos Sainz's partner.
Hey, that's a good looking partner.
Everything's a partner.
I know why, but they got some nice partners. That Bordolado's blonde girlfriend, she looks pretty cute too.
Yeah, I've actually noticed that it seems like every race they're in the I've noticed it's just more now than ever it seems. At least they're showing it on the TV more now.
So Russell and Hamilton in the top 10 are the only ones on medium. So you think those guys will be moving up? Should be able to challenge them. You know there's a question mark. He's got a 5-second penalty. And Hulkenberg's only at 1.2 seconds behind him. And Hodges only 1.8 seconds behind him. All right. Verstappen's not that far behind Russell. And Russell's losing time to Norris. You would think going medium that he would have an advantage, but he's been losing time. But maybe now he's losing. We still got 21 laps to go. Is a possibility for another pit stop?
Norris 7-2 to Piastri. Russell even further back. Verstappen even further back.
Yeah, Russell was chipping away for a very short period of time. Now he's falling back.
And we still got 21 laps to go.
Keep an eye on that interval between that. It's under 2 seconds now.
Yeah, maybe Max try and go for a podium here, I guess.
I hope so. Anybody could do it anyway.
Two Ferraris fighting it out. Hamilton really close to Leclerc now.
Think of this though. Piastri, this is his third season in F1. He has 5 wins.
Yeah.
Lando Norris has 5 wins. This is his seventh or eighth season.
I saw that statistic that it was like the amount of seasons. Yeah, yeah. Well, he'll surpass him here, won't he?
Yes, he will.
Yeah.
Wins will surpass him.
He'll have 6 to 5 or something.
Yeah, six
Yeah,
to five.
yeah.
They both have 5 wins at the moment. But let's see, Norris in 25 he started when he was 18, didn't he? 18 and 19.
Believe 19.
This is his seventh or eighth season with him. But even if it's seventh, this is Piastri's third, and he's got just as many wins.
And I have to say that the combination of him and Mark Webber telling Alpine to fuck off, one of the greatest moves in Formula One history. That was, and McLaren was. We thought that might have been a mistake at first because McLaren was almost in dead last there. That season he joined, they finished like 18th and 19th in Bahrain at the first race, and everyone was like, Alpine's going up, but all I hear now is Alpine's a disaster, and they sometimes have good races, and then they have races where they're nowhere to be found. So
Lewis is just complacent behind Leclerc. So you want me to just sit here? So he thinks he's faster than Leclerc and he thinks he's fast.
yeah, but Leclerc has established himself. Leclerc knows he can if he cannot lose number one status to Lewis because for whatever reason that team picks up again, he wants to be the number one driver there and reap the rewards and benefits of it because I think they really think that 2026 they could fight for the championship with the regs changes. I know every team has high hopes for next season, but it'll be interesting to see where everything falls.
Yeah, somebody was making a good point about both Sainz and Hamilton going into the team and having difficulties. And they said it only makes sense. The other guy has been there for a number of years and knows the team in and out, everything, and it's going to be difficult switching from team to another because the culture of the team, the vintage of the car, and not knowing the progression of the car that the other driver has. So it's only natural that Lewis is going to struggle. It's only natural that Sainz was going to struggle compared to. But most people don't understand that. All they think is you plug this driver into the car and he's a seven-time world champion. He should be able to do this, that, and the other thing. Hey, we've seen how many instances guys going to Ferrari, Alonso, Vettel. Okay, between the two of them, they had 6 world driving champions. They both struggled to get in a position.
And what did Lewis just say over the radio? This is not good teamwork at all, guys. He's criticizing them openly, and if you're watching, Lawson has retired into the pits.
And also, there's a certain entitlement that Lewis feels having.
Leclerc hasn't fucking won one world champion. Lewis is a 7-time world champion.
Let him pass.
Swap the positions. But you see, Leclerc wanted to make it known that Lewis didn't pass him there. That this was a team thing. Yep.
Sorry, you were saying before that?
Well, Lewis is a 7-time world fucking champion. Leclerc hasn't won shit. He's won some pretty big races. He's won Monaco. He's won Monza with Ferrari twice. I think he's won maybe Spa before or something like that. He's of his wins, he's won at very historic, great Grand Prix. But you know, it just I he's not the full complete thing like a Piastri. I don't think, even if he's given the right car.
Yeah, Piastri got in a very good situation. He couldn't have gone to that team at a better time and having the support from Allenton, Alpine, he's very lucky. Like you said, if you were in, you wound up in the Alpine the last 3 years.
Oh my God, it would have been. But the thing is, Norris probably might be leading the championship right now, and depending who was in the other McLaren, I don't know who they would have put there.
Ooh, that
Lawson, yeah.
Lawson pretty good. Lawson.
I think Lawson will be, and I said this before, I think Lawson out by the end of the season. They'll promote that other guy. He's got a,
Look at the contract guy.
yeah.
Really.
You go to Red Bull, you don't get anything done. He went into what was it? Was it the Red Bull or the he replaced Ricardo for a bit, and he was doing incredibly well. He was merging with the team, and it was the right time. And at that moment, they should have dropped Ricardo and kept him. He was doing so well for the team, scoring points, everything. But then you walk away for 2 fucking years after that. He didn't get back into the car for another 2 full seasons, and they want him to adjust to everything like it was the other day. Formula One things change very quickly.
I don't know if it was two full seasons.
Yes, it was. It wasn't just a 1 season gap. Yeah.
McLaren only has had 8 wins out of 152 starts. So, Alan Prost, what he had a winning rate of one every 4 races, 25% win rate, something like that. Crazy. Fangio had even a higher win rate. Maybe.
So
All right.
so it was weird with Lawson. He came in 2023 for 5 races. Then he had then so the start the first 12 races he wasn't in 2023. He does 5 races. Then there's another 5 races. After the 5 races he does, they put Ricardo back in for 2023. Then he misses the first 18 Grand Prix of the next 2024 season. He gets 6 races at the end of that for the AlphaTauri. Then they put him straight into the Red Bull for the first 6 races, and he doesn't do jack shit. So just no. Oh, first two, not even first three. First two,
Yeah.
and he doesn't do jack shit. Then they drop him. So it's like musical chairs with this guy to every single situation and gaps and everything. They set him up for failure.
Yeah, that doesn't help. It's kind of like Schumacher putting in a year-old car, then they
Well,
put
who
in a
isn't he talking to Cadillac right now? I know, sir. We will definitely, without a doubt, see Perez in 2026.
That's the way they're talking. Piastri, yellow flag.
And if it's not Cadillac or something, I think he's got such backing and everything. He'll be somewhere on the grid. He's huge financially for any team. He'll be somewhere. He could be in they could drop Bortoletto. They could drop, I don't know, Behrman or something. They could drop a lot of different guys from different teams to make way for him.
Or Lawson, you mean?
No, for Perez in 2026.
Yeah, I think going anywhere.
Going to Cadillac, it seems.
If he can bring $30 million in sponsorship,
Yeah.
he's going to somebody like Cadillac.
He's got the race wins to his name. He's a beloved figure, a lot of fans.
Yeah, he saw a lot of Cadillacs in that
Yep.
too. And it's not a bad thing.
Most of the sponsorship for North of America, they wouldn't even include Max and Red Bull. It was all Sergio Perez. That's the people they do it with. A lot of the commercials, everything.
Yeah, and they say, we talked about Nick Schumacher going there.
Yes, that's what I was saying too.
Schumacher, the name itself has a lot of cachet in the United States because of Michael, and not so much as in Europe, which I didn't understand.
If it was Schumacher Perez, it would be very great. I would love to see that actually.
Yeah, at least give him another chance. He really didn't even have people working for him. Good big diamond. He's tough on him, but you know, he also messed up. He crashed a lot of cars and stuff. But still, in all, they gave him crap. And, you know, at least Yuki's got these 3 years in before this year to show he's bringing him along.
If all ends differently, he got a shot at Red Bull. You know, that's really what he wanted. I know he's wanted probably to get a podium or a victory, but his whole ascendancy was trying to get to Red Bull, and he's done it.
Yeah, and if he's smart, so this is his only shot. Nobody's going to kick him on. And who knows, maybe they pick him with that or they say, well, go over to the IndyCar team.
What you'd have to think though is who are they gonna? Do, Sonoda's doing just enough where it's like, do you really think they'll put in? I don't know if he'll. Is it just this season or will? It really matters what the rest of the season looks like right now, but you could see them. But the thing with Red Bull is that there's so much musical chairs. It's like they've been putting in so many people in that thing, and it's just been destroying people and not.
Yeah, it's stabilized.
Yeah,
And how many points have been scored in the second Red Bull car? Two?
yeah, something ridiculous like that.
Something like that. Combined the two together.
They'll probably lose the constructors to like two other teams other than McLaren. Let me see. The constructors right now, Red Bull's in third in the constructors, and Ferrari is 12 points behind them in fourth. But you gotta remember, Ferrari got disqualified in China, so if that hadn't happened, Red Bull would be in fourth right now.
And let's see. Okay, yeah. Red Bull got 92 points, and Max has got 87 of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So 5 points out of 5 races.
You're right about Verstappen though, cutting down that 1.5 to Russell now. And Norris has taken about 3 seconds out of Piastri. But still, I mean, 12 laps to go, 5.5 seconds, just doesn't seem feasible.
How many laps to go? And now Russell's 27 seconds behind Max.
Jesus.
So he's about
Jesus.
a second and a half behind Russell. So we can see.
Max is going to finish over 30 seconds behind Oscar Piastri in this race. Ugh. I know the pits were a little different with the virtual safety car, but even with that, it would be over 20 seconds. That McLaren's a complete team. I know I don't like to call it early, but I think there's almost no shot that the Red Bull will win the championship because, like I said, even if they improve vastly, Piastri's so skilled he won't fuck up and finish eighth or 10th at a time. He'll just finish second if Max beats him on a day or something.
Yeah, will we have 19 more races to go?
I don't think I was mulling this over in my head. Tell me what you think. I don't think Oscar Piastri winning the championship is good for Formula One. He is completely a boring fuck, devoid of personality. I mean, I think he has no star power whatsoever.
He's a young kid. He's got a lot of fans in Japan, I think. Some people don't care. All they hear is the result.
But he's not. I wouldn't even give him the credit of calling him a nerd. He's just kind of got no vibe to him at all. He doesn't have anti vibe. He doesn't have positive vibe. Verstappen's a hard ass prick. That's a personality trait. Norris is like a lovable, goofy kid that you went to high school with that people can relate to. Seems like one of their friends they'd go to the bar with. Piastri, I mean, George Russell's got kind of a cool vibe to him. Interesting. He's got the British thing too. But Oscar Piastri's got nothing going on for him. But will he become almost like a Prost-like figure because he races like him? Will he be sort of just this whatever character? I don't think just winning's enough in Formula One. But then again, you've had guys like Vettel who dominated a lot, but he didn't really have anything to him either.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that stuff. They want a product. They want a good race product. This is one sport that they race season right now, and he's going to be leading by let's see, 8 points on me right now. And now he's going to give it another
7,
point,
15
15 points,
to Lando.
and I can see he has to win more races than Norris the rest of the season. They got 18 races now.
Didn't Helmet Marco say that they think they'll start beating? I read this like a week ago. They'll start beating McLaren by the Emilio Romagno Grand Prix because there's some sort of an upgrade, and those circuits are more tailored to a Red Bull than it is to a McLaren. Because then you'll have Monaco's a little different, but then you'll have Spain, Canada, Austria, British Grand Prix, Belgian Grand Prix, Hungarian, Netherlands, Italy. Those are all very classical Formula One tracks, like a Japan, where Max could possibly win that using skill more than just the raw pace of a car with DRS on long straights like they have been in the last couple of races.
Here again, they're showing Russell and Hamilton. Russell and third, Hamilton and seventh on medium. Um, I just thought they would get a better advantage by having those mediums later in the race instead of pushing the back to the hardest. So if you notice, still showing that 5 second penalty, but he's 5.6 seconds up on Hacha, he's in 11th. So that would be negated by the because he's already over 5 seconds ahead. But now we've got 9 laps to go in lap 48.7.
Norris taking
And the
us
fastest of the running vehicles are Aston Martin running 15.6.
15, 16. Yep. Norris taking a second and a half out of Piastri on the last 2 laps. Got, yeah, 9 laps about to go. But Norris keeps coming. But Piastri, again, cool, confident, collected. He might just be running it until he gets a little bit closer, and then he'll let the hammer down, open the gap again. I feel like Piastri has a lot in it right now, probably just taking it easy.
Huh. Let's see. Let's see. Let's keep an eye on that interval, first or second. That could make this race interesting. And what are papaya orders? And they were talking about this for a while now. That it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. Where the two McLarens are going to come together battling,
Yes.
and they're going to have an incident. So, and you see different sides of the garage react differently with the McLaren. But yeah, Norris looks like he's making an effort here.
I think Lando's probably stunned that in a team that he was the number one guy, he's now the number two driver at the moment. Seems to be losing out Piastri in every way. He really got lucky yesterday. That wasn't based on him passing Piastri. It was just a pit stop strategy with rain.
Yeah, well, those two, I still think there's going to be some clash here. I'm still holding at 4. With 8 laps to go, didn't really gain anything. They're not showing the intervals on the different sections of the track, which I'd like to see between Piastri and Norris to see where we might see them come together, whether just racing or not just fast, but racing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who's strong where is what you like to know. You know that data can reveal things. But Max, he hasn't gained much on Russell now, has he? Still at 147.
Yeah, Norris is not really gaining shit on Piastri now that we mentioned it.
And is Russell just managing the situation where he knows that if Verstappen gets up on him, he can just let them loose a little bit, those mediums. So, and I think they were just talking about the same thing on the feed here. Let's see, Albon was fifth, Sainz was in ninth for most of the race. They were running together in fifth, sixth, sixth, seventh, like that.
Yeah, not the most exciting race right now. It's kind of
No, not at all.
turning into a Mexico Grand Prix here a bit.
Like I said, Tsunoda's gonna hold. He's doing what he's doing. He's not gonna worry about the 5 second penalty. But the thing is, if Sainz in front of him, well, I don't think he's gonna. He can't catch him. He's gonna have to do the second to lap. He's only 7 seconds behind
Yep.
Sainz. That ain't gonna happen.
No.
Hulkenberg ran 14th, Gasly's 13th. Hadjar, there's the one thing he thought he might win, but it ain't gonna happen.
Nah.
They're junior team, the Red Bull team, and the Toro Rosso team. So, just shows you how strong the kid's been doing. Ferrari 7 and 8. Hamilton's leading Leclerc. He's just let him pass. But Leclerc's he's in the DRS. He's within a second of him.
Yeah, this was gonna be exciting at the beginning. No rain at all to speak of. I thought that that would probably liven it up a bit, but the next race after this is a more proper race. It's isn't Amelia Romagna? Isn't that more or less? That's Imola. That is Imola circuit, but it's not the same configuration as the older Imola circuit.
Oh, says Leclerc. Are we coming back on afternoon? Yeah, but quite slowly. Hamilton is he going through there? I have no idea. Now overheating. This is Leclerc.
I thought the Imola circuit. Why does it say the Emilia Romagna and an Italian flag? I thought Imola was owned by the country of San Marino.
The principality.
But they used to have the rights to call that San Marino Grand Prix. But why is it now an Italian flag, the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix? Is there that's who shelled out for this was the Italians?
Well, the province. They had the province in Italy.
Yeah, we used to have that light blue flag and everything. Now it's all Italian. Then you got Monaco after that, which will be not one pass at all, maybe one at the most.
Yeah, well, a lot of crazy things can happen in Monaco too.
Yeah, hopefully it rains, something like that.
Cars get launched in the air down the San Boat on turn one. There's famous photograph there's daily material flying over the top of cars. Yeah, crazy stuff. The Monty de Pover bars, got the Hotel de Ferry down in the a lot of stuff happens down there. Marabou, Sportiers, in the tunnel, out the tunnel, in the tunnel. Even those swimming pool scenes are pretty wild.
They've made the car too wide and slow these days for anything to happen there. The cars are so much wider than they even were, let's say, 20 years ago. I mean, 2005, they were significantly smaller.
Oh,
Ferrari's
Ferrari's just there
changing.
again.
Yep. They switched up again. That wasn't a pass.
No,
Just saying. I'm just making it clear for anyone listening.
technical incapacity.
Verstappen 1.4, but Russell just not walking away from him, but it's just staying at that 1.4, 1.5.
That's what I said. Russell can manage his tires more than Verstappen can manage his tires, uh, because he knows he's not going to get Norris. He's 32 seconds behind the second place car. There is no
I think Antonelli was hoping for a lot more after that sprint pole. He'll finish not in the top six in either one of the races this weekend. Not in the top five, I mean, sorry.
I thought he was going to give Piastri a little bit of payback. But let him pass as well.
Would have been, you know what? It would have been interesting to see if Norris had
You see that? No.
what? Go ahead.
He's like, Science is behind me. You want me to let him pass too? Hamilton. No, he'll take care of it because he's in DRS.
He's you can tell Lewis's personality lately. He's just like he's at a place where every weekend what was he saying in that article? Every weekend there's three issues at the new circuit we show up with the car. He has no faith in them whatsoever. I think they'll probably actually end up winning a race maybe this season. But Ferrari's weird. They show up at a place, they're really fast, and then they go take a nap for the next three races. They're not significant in vying for even the podium.
Yeah,
But
it happens. It happens team to team sometimes. Williams has shown really well at this track. And but the Ferrari got between the two of them. Albon's playing fifth and Science is ninth. We're on lap 54, 57.
yeah, this one's been a difficult one to get through. This has been a really shitty Grand Prix.
Well, the first 20 laps were pretty
And Saudi wasn't that good either before it. Uh, you know,
yeah.
hopefully things will get better in the season.
What's next? Amelia.
Manya. That one was entertaining last year with Max fighting Norris off. Then you'll have Monaco. That could be whatever. Spain, Canada, Red Bull, Ring in Austria. It becomes very European centric from Imola onwards. They stay in Europe all the way into I don't know what Baku is considered Europe or not. Is it all right? So from Emilia Romagna, you have to Baku. You have 10 European Grand Prix in a row. Then you'll go to Singapore, which Max is it's the only race on the schedule that he's never won. You got then you go back to the Americas, Austin, Mexico, Interlagos, which is usually the best race of the year. It's my favorite, considering that there's so many different races they're getting rid of now. Las Vegas, Qatar, and then the Yas Marina in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Still like to go to Austin. They've got the new track. Let's see here. Anybody knocking on the door for any points? Like,
Max Max lost another second and a half to Russell here.
you know they're going to have to put a little more distance between him and Oscar if he wants to hang on to the 10th place.
Was it a 5 second or a 10 second penalty?
5 seconds.
Oh, so this is possible. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There's Oscar Piastri.
Coming up on the traffic of what Hulkenberg there.
You know that? Okay. I should have started telling him, well,
No, I don't think they'd be telling him that.
yeah,
They're fighting for 1 point.
make sure you're within 5 seconds.
Where'd you hear that from? I didn't see that.
From Max's Lambiasis in the match. 5 seconds.
Why? Do they think there's going to be a penalty? Oh yeah, wasn't there? There was something noted for there was no. There was something noted for Russell. There was something noted for Russell. I remember that they haven't. Didn't they think that he had done something behind a safety car or a virtual that could possibly come to impact? That's why he's saying that. There's some issue with Norris that has been unresolved that they might make at after the race is over.
Well, they were saying that North back that stopping it.
That's long gone.
You want them to do it good. Not close to that. Hodger, they're probably going to have, well, he said just over 5 seconds behind.
Yeah, I know. Look, it goes 5.09, 5.07. I think Hodger's going to do everything in his power.
He should.
Yeah.
But they might want a point to the Red Bull team as opposed to the
He 4.942 now. Hodger 4.8.
on the last lap.
Yep. That's the most exciting thing going on here right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised Verstappen is closer to Russell.
4.913.
Yeah, it's been a little boring right the last
I thought this was going to be exciting because I thought the sprint race was pretty exciting, but that was because of rain.
6 minutes.
Yep.
I thought the rain wouldn't make the difference,
Yeah.
but we never got it.
Hodger now 5.245. He's got to pull something out in the last sector here.
McLaren 1-2.
Hodger's got to pull something out in the last sector. He's now over 5.282.
George Russell across the line. They can be so freaking far behind the two McLarens.
Yeah. 5.161. 5.161. It's going down a bit.
Let's see what happens. Does Hodger get the point? Or see no, they,
Thanks to
oh,
no.
look at
Whoa!
Hamilton and Sainz.
He almost put him sideways. He almost put him sideways.
That would have been great. That would have been
Almost almost put him sideways, man. 5.09 to Hodger. 5.2 again. And he'll finish.
5.1 seconds ahead of
Yeah. Sonoda will just get the point. Well, won't want to bore you guys anymore with this race. Thanks for coming in. When is Amelia Romano? Is it next week or is it May 18th? That'll be 2 weeks from today.
Yep.
And
2 weeks from today, the 500.
And yep. And so is Monica. We'll be off for Monica. We'll be in Indianapolis. But thanks for everybody checking in. We'll see you in 2 weeks for hopefully a much more exciting race. I think it will be. It's a European circuit. Max did win last year against the McLarens based on his own sheer will, opposed to his actual speed.
And don't forget to charge up your Hot Wheels. Look at Sainz.
Yeah, I seen that. He could have spun. He could have done a NASCAR spin on him right there, real.
Oh yeah, just rattling his cage just like Dale Earnhardt. Oh look at,
Whoa.
he moved a bit of the braking there. Said Carlos Sainz in the Williams.
They'll probably give him a fucking penalty for that. All right. Nice to see you guys. Bye bye.
All right, thank you, thank you all.
All right. That, yeah, not too much going on. Hey, what's the plan for the Indy 500 right